It's not like any other sponge that has gone before. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be looking at the Teint Cushion Foundation, and yes, I know I'm late to the party, it's never going to happen again, and to make up for it I have got lots of swatches from Teint themselves of the shades around the one that I have chosen, and I will also swatch some comparisons of some foundations that are some of my current favourites, so you can see how the shades are similar or not so similar as well, to help you make your choice, because actually that's the real reason why I dragged my feet for months and months and months over this foundation. It wasn't that I wasn't interested, I just had no confidence in choosing my shade. That will never happen again, so please watch on. So I bought my foundation from the Korean skincare company, and I have to say it arrived really quickly. It was only £3.70 or something for postage, so it was all very reasonable. Delivery came with a load of Korean skincare samples. If that's something that you're interested in me showing you, then just comment down below and let me know. I also got a leaflet here talking me through all the stages, and again, I'm happy to buy anything that you're interested in this range, so just let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I'm hesitating doing skincare because it's so individual and it may not be interesting to you, but just let me know. The foundation itself, I got it in the shade 29N. I would say it was an educated guess based on their website, but there was a lot of looking at Amazon.com in the States and seeing what people with what I thought might be my similar skin shade were looking at. It comes in a box. There's no leaflet with 10 languages and complicated directions. The instructions are on the back, and it's literally one line. Here's the packaging. I'm assuming you've seen this before, just because it has been reviewed. I just haven't seen many people reviewing it with my skin tone, so that's why I thought it was worth it. It's got a lovely sponge, which is a silicone-y velvety sponge, and then that's your product there. Here are the claims. The whole idea of this is that it is a 72-hour wear foundation. Honestly, there's real machismo now, isn't there, with foundations, according to how much longer can other people's foundations last. So going all night apparently is not the desirable thing anymore. You've got to keep going for 72 hours. I don't keep going for 72 hours, but maybe somebody does. So here we are. I've got the claims here. Flawless, long-lasting coverage. It's smudge-proof. It blurs imperfections and redness. It achieves a silky smooth and radiant finish with a powerful coverage, and the skin is kept moisturized and nourished throughout the day. There are two sets of ingredients that they say give us both moisture and that are antioxidant rich. So the moisture benefits are from three things called roselle, propolis and white water lily extracts, and the antioxidant rich ingredients are hibiscus, sabdorifa flower extract, very exotic, propolis extract again, and astaxanthin. It's got an SPF of 40, which really interested me, because now suddenly I'm interested in SPF 40 or a high SPF for my foundations, which I hitherto wasn't, but I just think I need to get with the program. Anyway, as I said, it's got high coverage. It's meant to be sweat proof and transfer proof. I'm particularly interested in that. And it gives us a radiant glass skin finish with flawless coverage and skincare benefits. It comes in, as far as I could see anyway, in 31 shades. That's when I'm buying from, as I was, from the koreanskincare.co.uk. And it comes in, the ranges that it comes in are reflected in the sample packs that you can buy. Now, I bought one sample pack. It comes like this in an envelope, and then at the back it tells you the shades that it includes. The shade that I bought in the full size is included in this range, but I thought it was worth doing this so that I would be able to show you. And then the sachets, I've snipped off the edges, but the sachets come like that, and you just squeeze them out. In here there are 6 shades, and the way they've arranged them is these little envelopes that you can buy for £1.70 or something. They come in light, medium, medium deep, and deep, so that you can choose your region and then see how you go. So that is the Teint mask. Now it's called Teint Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation. I don't know where the mask word comes from, because I think mask has the connotations of not being very desirable, but there may be something that I'm missing that's Korean, and please let me know down below what I'm missing something about that. But I hope it's not mask-like. I really do. I really hope it's not. It says, it calls it enriched coverage, and it's a mask shield. Now maybe it's referring to the fact that we've got SPF 40, which is that's a hefty SPF if that's the case. So let's go on and try the foundation itself and see how we go. So in the box it comes in, the only instructions we've got are written at the back, which says, take an appropriate amount on the puff and thinly spread on the skin in a gentle tapping motion. So we're not doing, I say I'm not stroking it on gently. Here's the puff, and what's an appropriate amount? Okay, so I've put a bit, and let's pat it and see. Okay, are you ready? Because I am. Ooh. Okay, I didn't put that much on the puff, but there's quite a lot of coverage. I'll just put this down. I'm going to do a bit of stroking just to take some of it off, because I think even with the small amount that I put on, it was too much. But it's blurring. Here's the lower part of my face for you to have a look at. Let me see if I can just bring you in a bit more. Hang on, there we go. Now remember, the finish is meant to be full coverage, semi-glow, so like a semi-satin finish with strong staying power. So let's see. Let me spare you any more of a close-up of me than you need to. So that was me, remember, I just did it once. I thought quite tentatively, but that did all of my face. And it has, I would call that a full coverage. I really would, because it's way more than I normally do. I'm not saying I don't like it, I'm just saying it's way more than than the coverage that I normally favour. Now, I have got Charlotte Tilbury Water Magic Water Cream, I'm sorry, underneath as my moisturiser and primer. Basically, that's one of the products that I know the best. I know how it behaves, and I also know it's, for me anyway, super predictable and doesn't interfere with any of the myriad of foundations that I try. So I'm confident. So am I confident in putting a bit more on just for my forehead? That's how much I'm putting on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you've got to go really, really easy on this. The product really spreads, and it's concentrated. That's not a bad thing, because I would imagine, see how much is in here actually. Wow, 18 grams of product. I'd have to see how that compared with other compact foundations, and I will put that somewhere here or here. Based on what I've just done, this is going to last ages. My forehead's shiny, probably because it's quite possible this is so moisturising that I don't need as much or as rich a moisturiser or a primer as the Magic Water Cream, because even though the Magic Water Cream isn't as rich as the original Magic Cream, so the Magic Water Cream, just to clarify, I can't remember where I put it, I've got it here, I'm still using this very small size that I've got. It's the lighter version, it's more of a gel cream version of the Magic Cream, and it's good for people like me in sort of spring, summer, but also for somebody who is a more normal or a combination skin. But it's still really moisturising. So it may well be that with this foundation that it is, I mean, given that it isn't moisturising, even though it says it's for all skin types, yeah, I don't know about that. If it's so moisturising, I don't need this underneath, then it's pretty moisturising. Maybe if you used an oil control primer underneath, then that combination would work really well. I mean, I've got friends who do that with richer foundations and it seems to work. I can't comment on this because it's so new to me. I'm trying it for the first time with you now. I mean, all I've done is I've done a few swatches for a short, but that's on my hand, but not on my face. And it's the first time I'm using the puff. I don't really want to put more on because I think that's sorry, let me bring you in. So that's the coverage. I could maybe try a bit. Shall I try a bit more on the forehead? I feel it's a bit unfair to the product and also to you, because if you want a fuller coverage, then you should see what that looks like. Now I've put that on, I think that's a bit too much. Yeah, it's definitely too much. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, it's definitely too much. And actually maybe that's what I should have done the first time, which is dab it on the back of my hand first to make sure that I haven't been overzealous. The sponge, to their credit, this sponge is not like a normal sponge. It's got a silicone feel to it. It doesn't have that feel. I've got another sponge to compare it to. It's not like a makeup sponge. It's not like any other sponge that has gone before. It's got a really velvety, but at the same time silicone feel to it. So it's definitely picking the product up in a unique way for the product. And I would say that's a really good thing because it also feels lovely. It just feels lovely. It's also slightly squeaky. I'm assuming that's the silicone effect. Okay, I think this colour might be a smidge too light for me. However, it's not so terrible that I don't want to go out and go about my day. So I think it's fine. Shall we put a bit of powder on? I could put a bit of powder on my nose. I do want to do a full wear test though, so I don't want to compromise the product. It's just that because I've put the cream underneath, I'm conscious that actually this is more moisturising than I would ever have anticipated. So it's just a lovely feel. I mean, if you look at my cheek, I don't know if you can see that, there's just this glow. I mean, I would never put a foundation on without something underneath. But I think what this is showing me is I probably don't need the water cream, but let's see how it wears, because it might dry during the day, but it might mean that actually all I need is a smidge of a slightly moisturising primer. But let's see how it wears. Now look, it's meant to have a 72-hour wear. Even in the interest of science, I'm not going to stay up for 72 hours. I don't think I can stay up for 72 hours, unless someone's really tickling me or something. So I think that's going to work. But let's see how long I last. Let's see how long the foundation lasts as I go about my day. I'm going to put a little bit of powder. I've just got the Givenchy Prisme Libre. And it's the pressed powder, so it's not a heavy powder. Let me go in with this synthetic Sigma brush. And what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit on my nose and a bit here. Now I know that with this powder that I've been using for a while now, for over a week, but every day, the shine does not come throughout the day. This really works for me. So let's see if the shine comes through just where I've put it, just here. I won't do the rest of my forehead, so that you can have a nice flat surface to look at when I come back. Now I'm going to go away and put on some blusher and some lipstick, and then I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I've put my concealer on and blusher and a bit of lip gloss, and let's see. Now the one thing that it did occur to me is this is slightly lighter than I think I would need. So I would like to try with you on the back of my hand the samples that I have got so that you can see the comparison, because it does occur to me, it's all very well me trying this. I have got these 6 samples which came in this, comes like this, and it's like a little envelope with 6 sachets. There's very, very little product in the sachets. There's 1 gram, which by the time you factor in it sticking to the side of the sachet, it's just quite hard. So I'm going to try and take as much out of the 6 as possible, put them on the back of my hand, and then you'll be able to compare, so that if you are around my skin tone, you'll be able to see what might be appropriate for you, and also I'll be able to see what the next one up, how the next colour up, or the next 2 colours up behave. It's just going to be at the back of my hand, but let's have a look. This is the science bit, and it's extremely unscientific because you'll notice I don't have my white coat on. So I'm going to show you the colours, and then I'm going to blend them so you can have a look at them first. And forgive me because I'm reading off the sachets, which look like this. Bear in mind, the colour I've used is 29N, Natural Beige. So neutral, number 29. So here we go. This is 25 neutral, then 27 cool, and then 27 neutral next to it. Then I'm going to move my hand, because this is my colour that I'm wearing at the moment, 29N. This is 30N, and this is 31N. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smidge them now. Bear with me, I've got a baby wipe, so excuse me. It's very unscientific, but I'm just going to turn them into, I was going to say little pats of colour, but that doesn't sound very attractive. This is 25N, in the middle is 27C, then it's 27N. Here we've got my shade, 29N, then in the middle we've got 30N, and then over here we've got 31N. You know my foundation shades because they're listed in the details below. But while I keep my hand up, I just want to tell you, these samples, which are only like £1.70 or something, you can choose whether you have the light sachet with 6 shades, or the light medium, or the medium, or the medium deep, or the deep. So you really can choose your shade family. As you know, I just kind of took the plunge, but I didn't really take the plunge because I've been umming and ahhing for months and months and months. And this is actually what put me off, because I just had zero confidence that I would choose the right colour. And I just didn't want to do it. I'm glad I did, even up until this point, because we don't know how this is going to wear, we don't know how it's going to behave, but I can see it's a worthwhile exercise to try it, to show you and to share with you the colours. But if I'd known they had done these sachets, and if I'd really paid attention, because I was too fixated on looking at Amazon for it, just because in the States it's available in Amazon, for us it's not. Well, I couldn't find it at the moment anyway. I found a lot of fakes and wannabes that look exactly like it with a different name, but I didn't find this. I think this is a really practical sample kit for not a lot of money. Just to remind you, 25N, 27C, 27N, and then at the top, 29N, my colour, 30N, and then 31N. And actually looking at these, maybe I could have gone for 30N, which is the next one up, and I may yet do that actually and do a shade comparison. I should also say that they have 2 other foundations, and I've written them down. One is a completely matte finish, which comes in a really cute pink compact, same shape, same everything, but it's like a pale pink pearlized compact. And they also do the Aura cushion, which is a dewy finish. Now, if you would like me to review those, with pleasure, I will get those and maybe do some extra shade comparisons for those as well. But just let me know in the comments below. I'm really delighted to do that, just because I just think it's a worthwhile exercise. As I said, this is meant to be a semi-matte. I mean, they call it a semi-glow. It's a semi-glow, so what I call a satin, but I would say on the basis of what we're looking at now, it is a semi-glow. There is a glow to it, there's no doubt. I mean, frankly, with the water cream, it was shiny, wasn't it? But I think that's because of the water cream. And even then, I'm looking at it now, and I would say it's slightly, it's absorbing a little bit, so it's not quite as shiny as it was. I'm not talking about here where I put the powder. I'm saying here and here. It doesn't seem as shiny as it was. But please let me know if you're interested in my reviewing the other 2, and if indeed there are particular shades you'd like to look at, because then I can get the samples, or we can do a comparison. Because even though my skin tone may well be different to yours, it's still a worthwhile exercise to be able to see one against the other. In the past, I have to say, this is really unscientific, I've taken a blank piece of paper, and I have done it in store as well, just to really see what the true colour is, just to see, because sometimes you can't tell and they all look the same. So anyway, I will go about my day, and I will come back and we'll do a wear test, and we'll see how it goes. The only thing I'll have topped up or changed is my lipstick. Let's see how it goes. So I will see you in a bit. I will see you a bit later. Okay, I'm back. It is 12:41 here in London. And firstly, this is definitely transfer proof, because I have changed my top three times or 2 times. I have changed out of this and into a woolly jumper because I got very cold. And then I changed out of that and wore a slightly more formal top because I was on a Zoom. And then I changed out of that and just wore a bit of a normal sweatshirt just because I was cooking in the evening and didn't want my clothes to smell of cooking. And now I've changed back in this for the sake of continuity. And I have to tell you, not a smidge, which is quite something. I also think, weirdly, my blusher, which is just, I don't know where I've put it, but basically it's, oh, I tell you what it is, it's my, Coral Clash in the YSL. Most of it's gone, okay, but there is still some remaining, and normally by now, none of my blusher has stayed. So that tells me that whatever you put on top adheres very nicely to this foundation. The matte has stayed a bit on stayed on my chin. You can see there's a bit of shine come through on my nose, but we are looking at it's almost 15 hours. So 15 hours is quite a long time for me to be wearing a foundation, I have to say. I mean, well, I can wear it for longer, but I stop caring after about 10 hours because I'm normally home. But if you look at my forehead, let me just move you in. If you look at my forehead, I would not say that was actually shiny. There's a bit of a glow. And you can still see, I think, a little bit of where the powder was. But that coverage has stayed. Now, I mean, I can see it because I've got a little bit of pigmentation that's coming through, because actually, having changed to a stronger retinal, I think my SPF hasn't really been cutting it, and I need to up the ante a bit. So I have got a little bit of hyperpigmentation here, and I'd noticed that the tear had covered that, and it has stayed covered if you look this way. And I've got these little red marks here, which again, I think that's just a bit of sun damage actually. We've had a few sunny days, and while I have been putting my SPF, I think it's just not been high enough or good enough. So that's also mainly been covered. You can see a bit poking out there. But honestly, I'm slightly blown away that for £22, I can get this finish, frankly. And for it to be no transfer is just a bonus, because the other foundation that I've got that's truly no transfer is the Guerlain, and the Guerlain Le Teint Glow, and the Guerlain Le Teint, and that genuinely is no transfer. I mean, that's extraordinary. But that's a £50 foundation. This is less than half the price, and it's incredibly convenient. I mean, that's the other thing that I would say about this. But in terms of the finish and how it's worn, I think it's worn really, really well. I didn't put it under my eyes, and I did wonder whether it would work under my eyes, but I only wondered it after I was off camera. I was going about my day, and I didn't want to add to it without you seeing it. But I do wonder whether next time I put it on, which is actually going to be tomorrow, I should just try it under my eyes and see what happens, because the coverage is so good. I mean, I can do it now actually, as long as you feel you've seen enough, because I don't want to compromise what you've seen. So let's have another cheeky look. And even it's not separated around my chin or here around the lines above my upper lip. It's just, nothing's really happened to it. My eyeshadow, there's a bit of fallout from my eyeshadow, but that's the eyeshadow, that's not the foundation. The other thing is that they say it's got this glass, how do they phrase it? Let me tell you. Radiant glass skin. I'm not sure. I mean, it's certainly radiant, I think. I don't know whether it is exactly glass skin, because glass skin is very much that smooth sheen, that glassy sheen, and I don't think I had that, but it's certainly a lovely finish. It's not dry, it's not powdery, it's not matte, it's got a glow, and it feels, paradoxically to me, really natural. Even though it's a full coverage, it does feel skin-like. One thing I do want to tell you before I forget is the fragrance of it. If I have a sniff, it smells very, very, very slightly. I mean, really slightly. It's got a creamy, flowery smell, but it's not got a perfumey, floral smell. It's got the slight whiff of a bouquet mixed with cream. It's such a soft fragrance. When I apply it, I can't smell it. I have to stick my nose in the thing and sniff unattractively, and that's what I can smell. But that's me making an effort to smell it. It's not one of those products that you can really smell as you're applying. That's just not the case. But obviously, if you're sensitive to fragrance, you're sensitive to fragrance. But I just wanted to tell you that that was my experience. If I look at this list of the benefits, they say it's smudge proof. I think it hasn't smudged. Blurs imperfections and redness. I think that's probably right. Whether it will cover up rosacea is another matter, because I don't have any rosacea, so I don't know. Silky smooth radiant finish, yes. Powerful coverage, yes. Skin is kept moisturized and nourished, absolutely. I mean, I don't have a dry feel at all on my skin. Normally by now I can't wait to get my makeup off and put some oil on, or put some moisturizer on, or a mask or something. SPF 40 fine, high coverage, lasts 72 hours. Well look, it's lasted, as I said, it's lasted almost 16 hours, so that's pretty good. Sweat proof. I have been running around, but I can't tell you that I've been sweating. I avoid it, what can I say? So I haven't done that. And it's transfer proof. Yes, it definitely is transfer proof. So I don't think I can argue with it. I think it's a really good product. Also, I just want to say, I think the packaging is really cute. It's, as I said, this is made in Korea, and it's got very much that wonderful, not so much cute, but very tactile and friendly feel to it, which I do associate with products from that part of the world. I'm a massive fan of Shiseido, and all their products have got this tactile, wonderful quality, and so I feel that way about the Japanese products. And I suppose this is this my first Korean? I think it may be my first Korean product, certainly for a while. I have used some Korean skincare in the past, but it has got a lovely feel to it. The other thing I want to say is the sponge that it comes with is genuinely usable. I mean, it would be, this experience would be so far diminished if the sponge was poor and just a bit of an afterthought, and it's really not. It's lovely, lovely, lovely and soft. It's just got that, as I said, velvety, silicone-y, just super, super soft. Yeah, and it feels, look at that, it feels like the product goes onto it, and then once it's on your face, it doesn't seem to mark it very much. I mean, you can see it's been used, but it hasn't got those marks, so that's nice as well. What my only caveat with compact foundations is the sponge needs to be washed, and I've got to it's another thing to do. But I might see if I can buy additional sponges, because I'd definitely be interested in having extra sponges. So I'll see and I'll report back. But apart from that, I think I would genuinely recommend this. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I'm going to have it on my table here. So when I lay out my makeup the night before, as I do. Look, it's a £22 foundation that performs, to me, very much like a high-end performing foundation, not just because of the skincare ingredients, but because of the longevity. And as I said, the packaging, there's nothing shabby about the packaging. It's nice, it feels nice. And it's one of those things, if I'm sitting on a train or on a plane and I'm putting it on, I wouldn't think, oh, it looks a bit tacky. It doesn't feel tacky at all. It's lovely, it's nice. As I said, there are 2 other finishes in the foundation, and if you would like me to look at those and review those with you and look at swatches and so on, then just let me know in the comments, because I'd be delighted to do that. I just want to see whether anyone's interested, because I don't want to bore you with these foundations, not least because I'm conscious that this has been out for quite a long time, and I'm probably, as I say, very late to the party. I almost forgot to do this, so let's try a little bit under the eyes. Now, I'll try it with the sponge, and let's see how we go. I'm just going to put a good layer on. Let's see how it does on my dark circles, and then what I'll do is I'll put it on like this, assuming this is okay. I'll put it on like this tomorrow and see how it lasts throughout the day. When I do that with my finger, it doesn't feel creamy, but it's got a moisturizing quality to it. Creamy would be wrong, because it would mean that it would have a thickness to it or a viscosity. It doesn't feel like that. It's just got a lovely moisturizing quality to it. That's what happens when I put it under my eye, if we compare the two. So it's definitely covered, it seems to me. The question is, has it covered enough and would it last? So I'll test that out. To be fair, it's not meant to be used as a concealer. But anyway, worth doing that under the eyes. Let's see, it probably isn't moisturising enough. And remember, I've just dabbed that on now without using my usual eye oil that I use under my eyes. But it's worth seeing for the coverage anyway. That's it. I hope that was helpful. Do let me know in the comments what you think, and certainly if you've tried it, and if you've tried it, what do you think about it? And also, if you haven't, or maybe you didn't like it, please let me know. I'd love to hear. And indeed, if you've tried anything else from their range, because made in Korea, I mean, this is the sign of quality for this product, this glowy glass skin finish product. So I'll be very interested to see what you think. Thank you so much for joining me. Do give me a thumbs up and please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.